record this. Okay, good morning, friends, family. Happy Friday. Hope you all have nice plans for your weekend. I'll actually change it on the recording. Okay, so we're gonna start with long to short ratio. I might as well change my screens. Change windows. Everyone can see that fine. Nice. So with the long to short ratio, it's completely exactly where we want it to be. It's just literally towing the line between 50-50, slightly more longs, but the good one is this down here is completely bottomed out, basically at 1.1 to 1 long to shorts. Um, and to be 2.5 about 3 days ago, longs to shorts in the market to 1 is actually pretty crazy. That's a massive change in the overall like amount of long short positions that are in the market. And now we're pretty equal, so it looks really good. It looks really nice. In terms of liquidity, yeah, we've basically taken the liquidity that we were talking about up to 99k now. There's still a tiny bit more to go. Like, we're basically about to hit this midpoint of the range. Actually, I'll show you that on the chart in a second. But yeah, the liquidity is literally just above us. And so if we do that, hopefully it's not a wick and we can hold, and that will be the uptrend. If it is a wick, we'll just probably come down and test some of these levels in like 96, 8, possibly even like, yeah, wherever that is again, 95, 8 or something. But yeah, somewhere in there, like 97, 96 would be a decent little pullback. And let me change my window back. Screen. Change window. Bitcoin. They flood us data so we can get numb to it and take notice. No notice to this. Well, yeah, I mean, data doesn't really affect. I mean, it's more of like a lagging indicator. It doesn't really affect what's actually happening on the charts. The charts will usually say it before. I try not to look at data. The reason why I look at when the data is coming out is to just be cautious of when potential low volatility moments in the market are going to be. So if there's like lots of data coming out on like for example, we got next Friday, probably Thursday is going to be super low volume, or maybe even like a couple days before. Whereas like Monday, Tuesday will probably just be pricing in the data, or maybe even Wednesday. But I usually don't trade on days with no data, with high levels of data. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Good morning. So yes, like I was saying, liquidity all above here, 99k to up to 100, and yeah, if we're literally just in the midpoint of this range, I might as well put it on the 12 hour. Think of about this line that extends from 99k all the way up to this swing. That's the mid of the range. This is the low of the range, and this is the high of the range, of course. And yeah, we're just at the midpoint. So it looks pretty decent on Bitcoin. Not really too much to say. I think we're just up until proven otherwise. We would love to break this 99k, but yeah, I mean we're coming up to the level, and we've got a little bit of liquidity above us, so we're probably going to get a little pop, and then maybe come back down and test the weekly open or something, as this is currently untested. So actually, is that the right weekly open? Hold on. Okay, it's all the way down over there. It's all the way down over there. That's fine. But yeah, we could at least come and like test 96.8 if we do the wick and take all the liquidity and then do like that, and then possibly come back down and do a retest in here. But yeah, as long as we hold like this area now, I think it's looking fine. This is what we don't want to lose, and then if we do that, if we do lose that, I think we're gonna break this. So, but again, it looks fine. And as soon as we got this 93.5 test and did that, it's just up for me until we get some sort of like maybe like a breakdown, and then yeah, we'll start looking the other way. But yeah, pretty interesting altcoins at the moment, just for possible little bounces and scouts, and we're seeing a little bit of bullish action in the market, especially with Tau, which I think I was talking about quite a while ago, uh, of something that's going to do very well just for the subnets. Like I didn't really, obviously these price actions are slightly bit janky, apart from if you got some down here, which I managed to get, and a little bit in here. But yeah, I mean it's looking really good, and apparently they have like a halvening sort of thing built into their network, which is set to take place in December, I think. So I think it's got some bullish fundamentals coming its way with the subnets, and I'm trying to dig into the ecosystem a bit, but I think I need to watch a few videos. I've been trying to mess around with the subnets, but I don't really get it too much. So if anyone has any information on that, I'd be happy to share a little bit. But yeah, it's obviously at resistance now, and yeah, it's just something. I think I was talking about it like a week to 2 weeks ago on the stream. Just saying that I think it's going to do well because of the subnets launch and stuff like that, and it's been pretty strong, and I do expect it to possibly go up into the Q4, which I'll probably take a decent amount of my spot profit off because I did like increase the size of my bag massively down here, and then possibly reload it like 390 to 360, sort of like 400 to 360 in that area. But yeah, pretty decent. And I'm actually very happy with it at the moment, especially as a lot of other things are down in the dumps. But yeah, let's have a look at ETH and ETH Bitcoin quickly before we start doing that. Okay, ETH is actually in the Stuber pocket right here. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, if that 4 hour candle, I mean, it doesn't look amazing. Just turn that off quickly. We've kind of, yeah, we kind of low-key a little bit missed it. That massive wick up and then this second hourly candle just before my stream was probably the short. Just in there. This one. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of about to play out. If we do get a that, it could possibly short it, as long as we don't get above there. But anyway, you kind of want to catch it somewhere like between here and here. Have like a ladder, because then you can start taking heavy profit off around like 1.4%, and then 2, 3 if you're lucky. So that's kind of gone, but in the grander scheme of things, yeah, it's just, yeah, not really anything yet. This higher high is quite important as we have a lower low here. But that was the bull div from down there to here. So as long as we can just do that, which we are trying to do, I guess this is going to close quite bearishly and come and retest some of this stuff. Even the weekly open would be fine. I think this is the low that we don't want to lose now on ETH. Otherwise, we're going to go and do something really nasty. But other than that, just up. Like it. What can I say? It looks like it's going to go up. Bearish entry on the 4-hour Bitcoin Harmony. Let's have a look. I actually have Bitcoin Harmony here. Especially, I'm going to have it on Nance. So, as we just wait for this to load up, it's going to take a second to load. Sorry, pop to 100k, then for a liquidity grab. Yeah. I've been saying that. Looking pretty thick up there. Higher high, come down for the December open retest and continue. Would be nice. It would be very nice. I'm just in that camp. Like on Bitcoin, until we lose this low now. I mean, December is quite important, but yeah, I think it's anything sort of like 95 4. 95.4 is probably like the last line of defense that you don't want to close under, to wick under, but realistically you want to hold 96.4 to 96.1. Literally just December weekly open in this demand zone now for up. And if we do break that, it's going to get nasty. It's going to get like mid 80s. But yeah, I just don't like in the price action right now. I think it's up. Yes, we do have reactive, and it is in the overbought area. So we are getting some bullish volume coming in. This 4-hour candle is probably going to tell us quite a lot. Yeah, that's getting there. It could have a little pop. Let's just have a look quickly on this. If we go, yeah. So let's just. This is going to be an interesting 4-hour close actually. It's looking a bit weak, but if it can close, sort of like above there. Could see a pop to like 99.5 and a squeeze into like 100k. I think I'm still leaning on that slightly, but yeah, we are getting probably quite close to a little pullback. But only to possibly like 90, 97, 96, 7, sort of like in this area here. And then possibly like, yeah, that's support for me that I would be looking to buy. I'm probably not going to be around this weekend and like Monday, Tuesday to possibly buy it, but right now, still, we haven't had the breakdown. If this does this, then the 4-hour is going to reactive entry, and then we're going to get a nice scalp down to probably December, about 2%, maybe 1.4% at least. But yeah, that's just a scalp. That's like really local stuff. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. This is also getting a little bit overbought as well, so it does seem a little bit overcooked. But yeah, it would be nice. I definitely agree though. It would be nice to take that liquidity and then just do like the retest. But yeah, like now that I'm gonna say now that the long to short ratio is 50-50 and 1-to-1, what you can do is you can go down to the hourly of it and just look at the like changes in the hourly candles on the volume delta as well. Or you can go slightly even shorter time frame on the long to short. You'll see that actually a lot of shorts are coming in the last hour. So from 11 o'clock, from the 10 o'clock read to the 11 o'clock read. That's 20 minutes ago from the most previous read. Now we actually had a decent amount of shorts coming in, so I think we're going to squeeze up into that stuff. On the 4-hour, it still says we have more longs, but on the 1-hour, it says we've got more shorts. So yeah, and the long accounts have completely cleared out, which is really nice. That was the only thing that I was super like, okay, we're gonna do the sub 90k if we stay like this, but it's fine. It's tailed off, and the price action is up. So we'll play it as such, and yes, very happy days. I don't think I'm gonna check like the Bitcoin DOM USDT totals on a Friday because we'll probably come back to that on Monday, even though I'm not gonna be here this Monday. But let's injective. Ooh, breaking up, very nice. Let's go back to this normal one actually. Injective's breaking up. It's my biggest spot holding, so I just check it every now and then. And I did catch a nasty short on 11.15, which is probably going to stop now. But anyway, most of the profit was taken like on the way down anyway, so it's all good. This is looking really nice actually, as we have a lower low, and then we're now making a higher high. So what you want to look for here now after this low is this is obviously the low that you don't want to lose, and this is the area that you want to catch a retest on. Possibly even this is high here. That daily open now is possibly an area to catch along. But this is probably going to do that, and then we'll see if it gets support here or here or here. Anything is along now there for me, especially if we close above this on the next 4-hour. It hasn't done it yet, but it's going to do it in 40 minutes. So I'm saying that it's basically triggered that idea. Looks pretty decent. Possibly set an alert for like 14.9, and then maybe just to see the price action around the daily open here at 15.7. I'm probably going to just do it, but I'm going to be on holiday, so 15 points, no, not 165. If injective goes to 165, I'm going to be a very happy man. 14.9. Let me just get my chat. Bitcoin Dom 4-hour close gonna get matter. What is matter, bro? You're hitting your Benjamin too hard. Yeah. I mean, yeah. To be honest, it still looks like it's holding, bro. With that November test and we're above the weekly open, it just looks fine. We need to lose that November. Otherwise, I think it's probably still gonna stop. It's still gonna curl up. And ETH Bitcoin, yeah, no change as well on this. There's not really much point in talking about this. I literally just check it like once, probably like on Monday on the daily, and maybe once on Friday on the daily actually, if I only check it once, but that still needs to gain that. So let's have a look at like Popcat and Sol and stuff. So Popcat's still at its all-time low, which it's actually quite interesting. Let me just get this one on. We've got all this support down at this all-time low and this demand zone. So I'm quite confident that we're going to see some sort of bounce off this level. It's just getting into a trade can sometimes be a little bit difficult because, um, for example, so let's just zoom in like this. We had a nice high here, and we were making higher highs and higher lows. But so you probably would have been like, okay, I'll try along here or I'll try along here, but then we went a little bit deeper, and now we've regained. So sometimes it can be a little bit like difficult to catch it. However, I think this area is not looking too bad. To be honest, we're probably on. Yeah, I mean it's a perfect combination band touch on this area, and then the regain of this swing so far on this 4 hour. It's looking nice for more up on Popcat actually. So yeah, let's just see if there's any like decent sort of area that I could possibly give to you. Probably just the daily open now. That's been test. I mean, that's a lower low. Really janky price action. There's possibly actually like a little hourly skew on this just from the low in there. That would probably make a decent like sweet spot long. Maybe possibly even there, but it's not really. It would have to hold that high quite convincingly. So yeah, possibly like 2.4 to 2.35 in there might be actually a good area for a long, if I were to say anything. However, we are hidden bull diving on the hourly, and it is looking like it's going to just arc up into here in the short term. So that could also be a decent little scalp if it does that. Just up into daily open 3, about 6%. It's not the worst. But yeah, what's Sol doing? Sol's yeah breaking up. It's looking a little bit downtrendy to be honest. Especially with that unlock on the 1st of March, I'm a little bit wary of it. Um, I'd say with the unlock and the chances that this is probably going to bearishly retest this for the first time it's probably going to do that, and then see if it can find support or like double bottom here again, or maybe even make a lower low from the token unlock and then do the gain, come back up. But yeah, from a tradable side, I mean, we are breaking that. This 4 hour close is looking actually pretty decent for some longs. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. That hourly looks nice as well. I like that. That looks like breakout higher to me. So yeah, all in all, looking pretty decent in the market actually for maybe some weekend plays. XRP, there was probably a short re-entry on the weekly open. Yes, one, two, three, 4 touches. currently being supported on this previous daily open. So what's the measured move on this? Probably like it's probably only going to be like 1%. Actually, 2.5%, not too bad. If you did take that, I actually didn't. Um, you should probably be a one or two 10% TPs out, and probably your main TP should be down here in case it does make a higher low off this. But yeah, we just don't want to lose that. Anyway, possibly down here, and then that's the higher low, and then come up and break it on this time, and maybe get into this again. I reckon XRP is going to go very, very straight for a very, very, very long time now. With this being the range high, these two being the mid, like 2.8, and this being the low now. I think I can just see these ranges like possibly playing out for like at least a couple months. But yeah, I guess there's not too much to say on that actually. XRP is probably my favorite coin to short. Doge. Let's have a look at Doge. What's happening for the weekend? You know, I feel like with Doge, the chart doesn't look good at all. It actually looks really bad. But from the amount of times Elon's saying it and the amount of stuff Doge is actually doing, for example, like if people are gonna get a stimmy from Doge, how hilarious would that be? Like, also just the amount it's being talked about, I find it hard to fathom that this doesn't have like another run, or as it even if it's just like a little suckers rally up to like 40 cent, and then that's it over or something. Because this, if we did 40 cent, it wouldn't really break the downside because this would still be like a lower high over here. So we'd have lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low, and then we'd probably like make a new low if we did do that in some sort of like really nasty downwards channel. But anyway, that's just from a tradable perspective. It actually looks really arse, really not good. I actually don't like that. Anyone looking at anything in particular or any trades that they're in? Otherwise, I'll just rattle off on some of these altcoins that we like to look at. Yeah, Render's breaking up. I knew this was going to happen. I genuinely knew this was going to happen. That test was the one. We're getting into the cloud now, so I wouldn't long it here. I would be kind of cautious on longs as we're getting up into also the 99k liquidation pocket. So it's possible that we could just get like that wick and then get a retrace now. So if you missed any of the longs, what you're looking for is the retrace, just like where are we going to stop here? Are we going to stop there? Are we going to stop here? And trying to catch a long now. But yeah, I think that looks good. If I just turn this off and go to the daily, you'll see that, you know, if we break that, no, it's basically November, but it's more importantly this swing bottom and top. Let me just put the line on it so everyone can see if you're watching it later on YouTube or something. That swing low and that swing high. A break of that, and we'll be looking, you know, 5.5 to 5.9, and then possibly higher into here, like 6.7. Bottomy, definitely bottomy. Short-term bottomy, I'll say. Maybe not like full-on bottom, but definitely like short-term bottom for, you know, like a 40, 50, maybe even 60% move. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. What's AVAX doing? Yeah, just bought it for the daily. If this breaks now, breaks that, it's going to be trend change. It's going to be trying to do some trend change here. And this might be the deviation. I want to see us get up into October though on this impulse. If we stop here, it's starting to look a little bit weak. What about near? Yeah, near's doing the thing as well. We're doing the thing on a lot of things actually. I'm gonna have to just stay and chill here for this 4-hour close. Or maybe we just jump in the voice chat. So let me just take some of this stuff off. Yeah, we're literally at the gain level. The gain and go level. This weekly open's been tested. This daily open's been untested, but it's fine. I would potentially be a bit wary of possible like short-term reversals here. Like if we do the gain, fine. We want it to be a little bit clear cut like that and then that. I guess we do have the wick, but we want like a close candle here and then I've been thinking the same actually. Lots of alts look ready to roll. Maybe one last retest. Yeah, I mean, it's just we're just a bit bottomed, aren't we? And like even if you're bearish on Bitcoin in the medium term, like you think we're gonna go down to here or here, it could take 3 to 4 months for this range to play out fully. You know, like we do the pop and then that's the deviation and then we do that and then that's the bearish retest. Like this could take a while, guys. Where we could get like a little run. And maybe the 100 200% on alts is going to be the alt run. We're down. And we're not actually going to get it. It's going to be from here to like I don't know. Maybe it's just going to be like here to here. 100% and then pack it up. That's over. But yeah, I think it doesn't look too bad. Ever since we did that like really quick 93.5, I was saying it was on Tuesday. I was like, when we do 93.5, I'm going to be bullish again, especially considering we'll have to see what the price action after is like. And the day after, when I do my day off on Wednesday, no streamed, it did it really fast and it did the regain in the same day. I was like, this is giga bullish. At least in the short term. Like I don't know if that's the bottom, but at least in the short term, let me go back to it. It's like take all the liquidity down here, do the retest, do the regain instantly. Like we're probably gonna go for this. This is also liquidity as well. Probably gonna go for that next. So yeah, it's actually been quite nice to trade to be honest. Other than like this whole area, if you were trying to like scalp, you're probably getting chopped out unless you're on like the 1 minute and 3 minute and you're taking profit really aggressively. I mean, when I just see something like this, I'm just wholly uninterested until you get something like that, and then the interest comes in, or that, then the interest comes in. But yeah, I think it's fine. Wait, let me just keep that extended. Probably take that off now. That's been taken. I'm pretty sure there's another one up here as well, over 106 for more short liquidity. But yeah, looking good, man. What else? What else? What else have we not looked at? We looked at Red Dead Near, AVAX, Ada. Take these drawings off. Yeah, again, this is also at the level as well. This is at the gain level, which is that. Look, resistance, 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 resistance a fourth time. It's probably not going to hold. I would say, yeah, possibly one more retest on this just because looks a little bit untested. This is fine. This low needs to hold. I guess this needs to hold now, actually. If we break that, sorry, I went a bit deep on that. If we break that, like, you know, we're gonna go back to the lows and possibly even lower, I think. But it looks fine right now. I think everything looks pretty decent. I would say that could prove an interesting long. Let me just go on the hourly and see if the risk is fine. Yeah, the band's there. The risk would probably be about. I mean, you could have your stop at 1%. Yeah, I think that would make a fine. That would make a fine punt for me. But it would only be up to the yearly open really. Would be your main TP. I mean, that's actually a decent trade. 1% stop, 10% possible gain. I actually like that. So close yet so far. Yeah, I know. I think it is gonna break it. I think it is. I've been seeing so much bear posting all on my timeline and even in the Discord recently. Don't get me wrong, like I definitely hear it. Like I think a lot of the bear posting is like to do with like sort of like the medium term and the weekly time frame and stuff like that. But like we just had a massive dump, guys. Come on, at least a little relief bounce. Come on. If you think that's just going straight down, you're cooked. You're cooked. Sometimes just looking at naked charts like this, you're like, oh okay. And even if you just invert it, kind of just checks your bias. Like, do you really think we're gonna pump now? We've had a massive wick. We haven't broke these highs, and we're coming back down. What, you think we're just gonna go straight like that? Nah, not for me. We're at least gonna come take this stuff, and then we're gonna do that if we are. Although if we find resistance here, which is also there, it could start getting a little bit janky. So we'll see. We just need to break it. Like, we're just talking about that level that we need to break. I guess we're kind of on it for ETH actually. That would be the first positive sign. Whoops. So what else? What else? What else? Let's go back down to the bottom and have a look at some of this stuff. Checks, Trio, SMT, Griffin, Hype, Cookie, Track, Arc. So Track actually, no, I'm not going to touch on that. That's just some. No, I'm not going to touch on that. Let's do Arc, Cookie, Hype, Griffin, maybe Trio. We'll have a look at Trio as well. And then, yeah, and then I'll stop my recording. So Arc Rig Soul. This is very, very fun to trade. Although, albeit quite difficult to catch something nice on. You want it to be clear cut like this. This actually kind of looks a little bit. Yeah, no, I don't really want to mess with this at the moment. I don't really see like the maddest opportunity trading wise on it. Like, yeah, it's on the weekly open, but it's not jumping out at me. Possibly the Feb retests could be a good place for a long, but I'm not really that keen on it at the moment, to be honest. Cookie's one thing that I actually like the look of a lot. Look, this daily is going to break that, and then come up and test Feb again for the second time, and probably, hopefully, break it, and then it's going to be an uptrend. I think this probably does quite well. It's at like a 75, $88 million market cap, and Smallio likes it a lot. So it's definitely one thing I've got my eye on as a potential like outperformer if we do get a little run. I mean, only like 200% of the highs. It's not amazing. Hype. Oh yeah, we'll quickly talk about Hype. As you know, this was the buy zone. I think we said it yesterday. This is the buy zone, and we're currently gaining levels and going higher. Really good. This could be like this could be the break that takes us actually to like here to 35 if we do that, and then finally do that. I think it could just step ladder up first into there, 29.5, 30.4, and then yeah. But it might take a little bit longer to like arc up and arc around. I think it looks good though for breaking out. I feel like the main bull run will end of Q3, beginning of Q4, like 21. Catalyst maybe the US digital asset proposal on July 22nd. Yeah, possibly, possibly. It's weird. It's always difficult to predict time frames because there's so many external factors that are being taken into account. So, for example, it must have been like 2022 or 2023 when Bitcoin was like did its 16k retest and regained 20, and I thought this maybe could be the bottom, and I started to buy a few of my alts. I did like loads of like predictions and fibs and stuff like that, based off obviously like the last cycles and stuff, and it was meant to be. I was sort of thinking that the cycle would stop. I was thinking obviously to try front run it in like April, May of this year, but that would mean I'd have to start selling in a month's time, in a month or two's time. So it hasn't really lined up like that. What I'm just trying to say is that it's kind of hard to predict. But it definitely could be the case. I think we could be in for a slightly extended year this year. Maybe like a little pumpy summer, Q3, Q4, and then yeah, finito. Big bear market. We'll just have to see. We've had a pretty horrible January and a pretty sideways February, so if we get a pumpy March and we start coming up into like 105 and stuff, I think we could do the last leg. Like March could be like that, and then like we just do that for April, and then May we break out, and to be honest, I don't know. I'm just we do one last. I'm still banking on that one final blow off, and then that will be the higher price. May has always been shit. Yeah, May has always been shit. To be fair, in crypto, May sort of like the end of May, June, and July have always been fucking dog. And then something happens in August, like either we bottom or you get a bit of bullish like sentiment, and then September starts to pick it up. So it may go away, yeah. Exactly. Exactly, brothers. Exactly, guys. But yeah, I'm tentatively bullish still on everything. Although I'm a bit scared about microcaps right now, so I'm just focusing on like things like FET, Tau, Injective, my poor ETH Sol. I'm stacking some ETH and Sol. I've been stacking some ETH at 2600 on this wick. So I had a couple orders just in like 165 to 170, just like really small. I'm basically just buying like half or one Sol. Probably don't want one Sol every order just for like on chain stuff. If I want to buy some shitcoin or something. Check out Pi on MXC. Yeah, I actually heard about this new Pi. Hold on, we'll do it in 1 sec. I was just gonna check. We did hype. I was just gonna check Griffin, bro. This is actually really upsetting me, as I really did think this was obviously. I really did think this was going to be the bottom, and this was going to be the deviation, and then we were just going to step ladder up and do that retest, and then do that. But it's gone completely the other way of what I thought. It's literally just done the opposite, which is really sad. So yeah, I hope we can do like this, and then everyone could just buy a massive bag at 20, and then it can just go, sorry, 12, and then it could just go to 20 or 30. Everyone makes a little bit of money, hopefully. But yeah, right now I don't think I'm gonna touch that. And Trio's having a nice little pump, which is good. But yeah, let's have a look at Pi on MEXC. So I don't know anything about this. I just heard that it launched with like a fully diluted $200 billion market cap or some shit, if I'm correct. Yeah, it looks like that ENF launch didn't really go well price wise. Oh yeah, what's happened to ENF? Infinio. I mean, it looks fine. I mean, it didn't go well if you bought at the high. There's a massive wick there as well. What the fuck? I mean, yeah, it looks a bit wrecked on this. On from a charting perspective, it looks wrecked, but it's really hard to chart things like this with really small market cap and small liquidity, because as you can see, it just goes like it just does like really weird shit. But yeah, like it's above that high at least. All it needs to do is that, and then you're looking at going further. I didn't actually buy any of this. I was gonna buy some of it as soon as it got dropped in the chat. I think it was like round here. But I was just like, oh, not another one. I don't know. I might buy some if it comes back down, or maybe in here. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I've been a bit reluctant on the micro caps. Just I kind of prefer things like Cookie, to be honest. I kind of prefer things like Cookie. But I guess ENF is actually. I'm gonna add it to my watch list. ENF. Yeah. Let's go back to Pi. Jump on 3 minute. Pi makes 1 hour. Is this what you want me to look at, bro? Literally can't see anything on this, Zeus. No perpetuals Pi does, so I can short the piss out of it. Lol. Okay, fair. Looks like most of the recent perp launches are good for shorting. Yeah, that's always been it's always been pretty decent. Yes, you are. Down since launch, I spent whole $58 on ENF. Lol. Your bank is broken. Thanks, man. I need to jump off. Oh, I see you later, Walker. Thank you, brother. Have a good one. Have a good weekend, actually. To be honest, we haven't got too much going on here. I might stop my recording. Yeah, I'm gonna stop my recording now.